This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today I'm going to show you how to become an absolute melee monster and back for blood. Let's get to it. Alright, so we're just going to start right off with the cards and the order that you want to put them in, and then I'll explain how it works. So we got Meth Head, Battle Lust, Adrenaline Fueled, Face Your Fears, Breakout, Body Armor, Numb, Batter Up, Berserker, Mean Drunk, Brazen, Slugger, Motorcycle Helmet, Sunder, and for good measure, Hydration Pack for the extra 25 health, although you don't really need it. All right, so your key cards here are Meth Head, Battle Lust, Adrenaline Fueled, and Face Your Fears. Breakout is kind of a necessary one because you're gonna get pinned relatively often, and being able to break out of being pinned just in case your allies can't free you is pretty necessary because you're going to be in the thick of things and it happens. You charge in. You don't shoot things that will pin you from a distance. You run in with whatever melee weapon you have and you go at them. So what happens here is this makes it so you pretty much never run out of stamina because you constantly gain stamina every time you kill something. And you're always going to be killing something because you are a human lawnmower. Face Your Fears and Battle Lust ensure that you pretty much are invulnerable. You are constantly healed by the Battle Lust, and any trauma damage that you take is constantly healed by Face Your Fears. I also highly advise picking Molly for this setup because she comes with a free baseball bat and she comes with additional stamina, which is just super handy. Now we're going to load into a test here. I'm already going to have a bunch of cards so I can show you what this is like later on in the game. You should, by the end of Act 1, have all of your cards and you'll see the full extent of it at the end of Act 1. But of course, when you start a new act, it limits how many cards you get and you won't get all of them. So you can see here that we're starting with the key ones. So these are your main four. This is what makes the build. Everything else just makes the build even more OP. All right, so you can see the cards that I'm going to be using for this. I don't have the entire deck here. We have Meth Head, Battle Lust, Adrenaline Fueled, Face Your Fears, Breakout, Body Armor, Numb, Batter Up, Mean Drunk, Berserker, Motorcycle Helmet, Brazen, and Slugger. Now, I will tell you that it takes a while. If you're a heavy sprinter like me, this one takes a little bit to get used to. You don't sprint. You're an unstoppable force that just keeps marching forward at a slow and steady pace. All right, and it was kind enough to start us with a blue baseball bat, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to check in here just to make sure, and then we're just going to pop out here and go at it. As you can see, you swing like an absolute fiend. Your stamina regen's relatively slow, but because of the fact that you can just hit things, it just constantly regens as long as you're hitting things because you get that regen buff. And we're just going to walk up to this door and walk right in here. We don't care about anything. We're just going to beat the crap out of that guy. And we're going to continue to march forward into those. This guy right here, I don't even care. Just going to keep swinging until he dies. And looks like it doesn't want any. So this dude just backed off. We're going to break out.
A little help.
And continue to attack. And you can see we took damage there, but it doesn't matter because we're just constantly healing ourselves as we march forward, killing everything in our path. You can see there, we took a massive amount of damage. If we were using just guns and we didn't have this loadout there, we would have been absolutely decimated there, but we weren't. And we took a little bit of damage, but we're going to heal through a majority of that. I'm actually going to scare the birds here because I want the horde to come at me and I want to heal off of them. And you see, we just march forward and hit that dude and he just blew us out of the way. Don't even care. Turn around and march into these. We're stuck again, so we break out and continue to kill everything. Now, one of the great things that I'm going to demonstrate to you about this build is that you can completely block off an area and not let any of the zombies through. If you look here, we can stand in this doorway and nothing will be able to get through this doorway because as they're just running into me and dying, and you can see we're just healing through all of it. We can just completely block off an area and allow our team to watch our backs and they can watch that area. This guy here, we're gonna run up to him before he has a chance to do anything and just absolutely lay into him. If he hits you, just run back into him and continue to hit him. There you go. That wasn't too big of a deal there. Now, granted, we're on the veteran mode here. I was on easy mode, the beginner one, I wouldn't have hardly any damage right now. I have the damage I have right now because we're on a harder mode and things hit harder. But if you're on the starter mode, it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, I can't speak for the hard mode. I haven't tested on the hardest mode yet. But for the other two, it works just fine. Watch this. We're just going to run down here to this guy and just start laying into him. If you manage to keep hitting his weak spot like we did there, you can not take any damage. I wasn't hitting the other dude's weak spot beforehand, and he managed to smash us. It's important that you keep them staggered by hitting that weak spot. All right, and I think we're good there. I think it's a good wrapping up point. You get the idea. You understand how the deck works. Hopefully you found this guide informational and helpful. If you did, consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. I want to get an absolutely massive shout out and thank you to my supporters on Patreon for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.